What is up, guys? Welcome back. It is Garrett from Third Gen Aquatics. How are you doing? I am great. Thank you for asking. So, today, in today's video, we are in front of the 125, as you guys know, but we are switching it up a little bit. A lot has changed. I would like to first apologize for the lack of content. There's been so many things going on that I really haven't had the time to record or properly do the things, even such as having my mic or a tripod or stuff like that. I personally don't like recording myself. Reason for that is I am a little too shaky. That's, I guess, a hereditary thing. I don't know. So I just don't like the shakiness of the videos. But anyway, I'm gonna get to the point. So a lot has changed. I have gotten some new fish. I'm gonna jump into some subjects that we have talked about in previous videos and share everything that's been updated and moved. So by now, you guys have heard the news, sadly, that I did lose my peacock bass and I did lose a bala shark. But on a positive note, some things have changed, some things have moved around, lots of tanks have been finished finally. So I'm actually going to probably start with the 75-gallon Oscar tank. Let's get right into that. So, as we can tell, we are in front of the 75-gallon tank. A little bit has changed here. Nothing too crazy. Gonna get into what happened and what caused this change. So my guess would be one of these two. If I had to guess this one is a complete asshole. I'm sorry, we're not even gonna have a PG moment because I've seen this fish specifically harass the other white albino Oscar that we have. He challenges him every now and then. Every now and then he'll go after the Gouramis, but not as often. He typically messes with this guy, if anything. But they kind of go and pick at each other. So it's a 50-50 situation. I'm not too positive, but that's why, if I have to guess, it would be him. So what happened with this whole bala shark situation was I came down here, fed everything like I normally do, gave it about an hour. I said, okay, I got some things I'm going to take care of. I went upstairs. And then once I went upstairs, came back down, of course, and seeing that the bala shark was stuck in that hole. How he got himself in that predicament, again, I would assume one of these two, because these two are notorious for having more aggression to them. But a lot of that too, again, could have been my fault because this tank was a little overstocked with the size of these Oscars. I mean, they're obviously not any 10, 12-inch Oscars, but they're, about the size of my hand. So probably 5, 6 inches, 5.5, 6 inches, if not more. Probably 6 inches, I would say. But I did get really discouraged with that because I knew I should have pulled them out sooner, and I didn't do that. So I do kind of feel to blame for part of that. And it was also very hard as well because that was one of the first fish that my fiance and I got together in this home. So it was definitely a loss. But overall, now everything kind of seems a little bit more calm. The Oscars definitely seem more, I would say, less agitated. They're kind of just cruising around instead of constantly spazzing out. And again, guys, they didn't really have aggression with each other. As you can see, none of these, their fins are perfect. They're not chewed up, nothing like that. Every now and again, I would see where they could potentially be pecking at each other, but nothing that really truly alerted me and scared me enough to pull these guys out. But that is the overall change for the 75 and the update for them. Which, again, real quick, which I don't understand, is why you can clearly see the fins on the angelfish are all but perfect. Gouramis are perfect. So there's not like an issue of aggression. Like there's not a constant. I don't know. It's not like there's constant battles. I'll word it that way. Little spouts of aggression, but I don't know. So like I said, that's that tank. We'll move over to the main room now and see where the white Oscar went. I do apologize for the glare if the glare is bad on this tank. But as you can see, some familiar faces here. Here's the bigger Bala Shark, the goofy Oscar, the one he was getting. See, the camera won't even focus because of the glare. So I'm gonna have to work on that. I promise you that Oscar is okay. He's swimming around. He just acts different compared to the other two. He's a lot more well mannered, almost, I guess you could say. A lot more timid, very patient, not really too aggressive. And on the left here, you can see one of the actual new fish now. This guy's is a ropefish. A very, very cool fish that Pops actually ended up picking up for me because he got something out of the deal, which I will not talk about at the moment. But shout out to him for grabbing that. I think that was really neat of him. He's actually really good size. I'll throw up some pictures of him. It's about, I don't know, I'd say a foot or so. He's pretty timid. So that's why I have the Oscar in here with him because, again, you could tell he doesn't mess with anything. He's just such a well-mannered Oscar, which I obviously appreciate. I have Braxton's picked this catfish here. If the camera loads, yep. And then there's a Raphael side of that log there hiding. So I do not see currently the other thing that I put in this tank. He's very good at hiding in this tank, and sometimes it does get pretty difficult to find him, so I do apologize. So I currently do not see him actually, but I know he's in here because I seen him earlier. But what I did was I took, sorry for the glare again, horrible, horrible. But I did take the Bisher, and the Bisher is now in here as well. Because the ropefish and the Bisher can cohabit and get along together. So that is basically what has happened now with the 75 and the 65 situation. So obviously, as you can tell, the Jag is no longer in this tank, which if you are and have been watching the videos, and if you have been, first I would like to say thank you so much. But if you are watching the videos, then what you would know is that I said I would be setting up a proper tank for the Jaguar. And that is what I did. And we will get into him in another video. There's the Bisher. Like I said, he's an expert when it comes to hiding. So, and no, he does not get stuck. He obviously bounces across from one side to another, as you can see, which is a very neat thing. I love the overall look of this tank, so I will hop back here. It's a beautiful tank. I really, really, really do like this tank a lot. And I'm excited to see how everything grows with this. Again, the Oscar's in here because he is such a well-mannered fish. I'm not really worried about him being with the ropefish or the Bisher or anything like that. So if anybody has any questions about the ropefish or the Bisher, anything specifically, let me know. They have both been doing very, very, very well for me. And since these changes have happened, this guy seemed to be a lot happier by himself, as in being the only Oscar. So again, this is Garrett from Third Gen Aquatics. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. There he goes, and I'm out of here.